Alright guys, today we're talking about WWDC 2022, Apple and their new products and the new software. Some of my favorite things will be talked about in this video from their 1 hour and 48 minute conference. I mean, we could watch the 1 hour, we could just watch the 1 hour and 48 minute and react to it, but no, I choose not to do that. We're going to review some of the best. And what does WWDC actually stand for? Well, I actually had to research. I didn't know. Worldwide, Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. So there we go. The more you know. The more you know. All right. That'll probably become a recurring thing in this episode. You will see. Apple just unveiled its biggest MacBook Air redesign in over a decade. So this is going to be the majority of the talking in this video. But like I said, I will be talking about some of the software changes coming to the Apple iPhone, maybe the iPad as well. So if that sounds fun to you guys, what are you doing? If you haven't done this already, then, you know, come do your thing, okay? There we go. Gosh, that's corny, but all right. Anyway, moving down to this. So we're actually going to be using Apple's own website, and we're going to be scrolling down slowly to see the live animations, I guess you could say, right? Continue with the scroll. Wow, look at the new design. Wow, cool. So as words pop up, we're going to read them together. M2. Now, I'm going to be talking a lot about M2, the new supercharger, as they call it, chip for this new laptop of theirs. Now, obviously, when M1 came out, which only feels like it was a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago now. I don't know, but it feels very recent, right? When M1 came out, and they ended up putting the M1 in the iPad Pro, right, and the iPad Air, I think it was. But wow, super fast speeds. But now they've got the second generation, still with 5 nanometer size, but it's the 2.0 version, which is still a huge increase from the M1. So we're going to be talking a lot about the M2 in this situation, but stick around for that. That'll be at the end of the video. So continuing with the scrolling down situation on their website, right? Up to 18 hours of battery life, which is always cool when you're out and about doing things, all right? Big, beautiful liquid retina display. I almost said big, beautiful something else, but look, if you know, you know. If you don't, then don't worry. Big, beautiful liquid retina display. Okay, let's continue. Advanced camera and audio. I think we will talk a little bit more about that very soon. But anyway, continuing with the scroll down situation. MacBook Air, don't take it lightly. Supercharged by M2. From $1,199, so they say. And we'll scroll down a little more. It's a pretty looking device, right? Less to carry, more to heart. So we're going to zoom in a little to see what this actually little thing says, right? So redesigned around the next generation M2 chip. MacBook Air is strikingly thin and brings exceptional speed and power efficiency within its durable all aluminium enclosure. It's the ultra-fast, ultra-capable laptop that lets you work, play, or create just about anything, anywhere. So for you people that like the specs, there we go. The pounds, the weight, and the thinness. That's the thinness. The thinness. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but there we go. That's the thinness for you guys who are interested, all right? Midnight to Starlight, 4 stellar finishes. Stellar! I could do it 3 more times, but I'm not going to, okay? So there's one thing that I'm going to talk about, which some people aren't actually talking about, other tech reviewers, right? We'll get to that in a second, but these are the different colors, right? Space gray, silver, and of course the next one's going to be Starlight, which is kind of goldish, I guess you could say. Now, this is an interactive part of the website, so we're going to zoom in once again and bring the picture over here so you guys can actually see it well. Okay, so now, this is midnight, and I want you guys to see if you can spot what makes me really happy about this. We're going to change the different colors. Can you guys spot what makes me really happy? It's the charging cable. Look at the Magsafe charging cables. They actually have the same they give you the same color charging cable for the laptop that you've bought, right? I think that's really, really clever of them. And, you know, if you have OCD, well, that will make you happy. Hopefully, all right? Hopefully. Okay, I'm not going to read that. I'm going to move down a little more. Prepare for takeoff. Should we read this? All right, we will. Now, this is not the M2 situation we're going to be talking about, but this is one part of it, right? The M2 chip starts the next generation of Apple silicon, right? With even more of the speed and the power efficiency of the M1. So you can get more done faster with a more powerful 8-core CPU, almost a GPU, creative capturing images, create captivating images, I should say, and animations with up to 10-core GPU. There we go. There's the GPU right now. Work with more streams of 4K or 8K ProRes video with the high-performance media engine, and keep working or playing all day and into the night with up to 18 hours of battery life. So there we go. That's the specs for you people that are like, you know, give me the specs. The thing that makes me really happy, though, is the 1.4 times faster than M1, because, I mean, when M1 came out, it was fucking awesome, right? I've played with the M1 Apple in store, in the Apple Store. I've never bought one for myself, but I mean, I've played with it, and it's an awesome laptop. I wasn't able to do the whole specs in the Apple Store, but I played with the laptop, and it was a really fun looking laptop with an M1 chip, and it was really fast, right? 1.4 times faster than M1. I mean, that's awesome, right? Up to 15 times faster than Intel-based models. Model 3? What does that say? I don't know. But I don't know how accurate that is. Look, I have the XPS 15, the Dell XPS 15 laptop. I bought that. I did a review on it, unboxing review. It's a pretty fast laptop, but yes, I am aware that this laptop will be faster than that, but I don't know how accurate that is. 15 times. Is it accurate? I don't know, but I mean, it looks pretty interesting if it's actually real, right? Faster video editing performance. So there we go. MacBook Air with M2 versus the MacBook Air with M1. Very interesting, right? You can absolutely say that's interesting. I mean, look at this one. Compared to Intel-based MacBook Air, video editing, image filters and effects, gaming, scene edit detection, photo stitching, ProRes video transcode and image upscaling. I mean, if that is truly real, if that is truly accurate, well, that's the i5. I mean, I have the i7. There's the option for the i9 as well, but I mean, wow, it's pretty fast though if you compare it with the i5. That's awesome, right? But obviously, it's not 15 times faster than the i7 or i9, but there you go. Still faster though, probably, yes. More speed for all your apps, all together now. I'm not going to read that, but anyway. Should we read that? No. To be clear, it's gorgeous, so they say. That looks like a dildo. I'm just saying. I don't know why that strikingly comes across to my vision in that way, but it does. 500 nits of brightness. P3 wide color, true tone technology. Look sharp, sound great. There we go. Should we read that? Okay. Make your best impression on video calls with the 1080p Facetime Hd Camera and 3 mic array. Surround yourself with an expansive soundstage, I should say. So there we go. So that getting much better sound quality. And I'm pretty sure this camera is better in low light ×2. So I heard that when it comes to a laptop camera, it's always been pretty fucking terrible, to be honest. Terrible. I mean, compared to our actual phone cameras, right? Laptop cameras have always been pretty terrible. So I'm thinking that they've done a much better job here in this situation. And yes, my birds are being very noisy right now. Shush, I'm making a video, guys. Come on, now's not the time. So there we go, 1080p FaceTime HD camera, 3 mic array, 4 speaker sound system with spatial audio. So, wow, spatial audio does sound a lot better than mono, let me tell you that. I know that for a fact. Let your fingers fly. I'm not going to read that, but there's the Magic Keyboard situation. And yes, we have Touch ID. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing we don't have facial ID. with this. It looks like it's just Touch ID, so if you're interested in Facial ID, well, I don't think it does have it. Keep plugging away. There's the situation, the Thunderbolt ports. So it's awesome now that we have 2 Thunderbolt ports and the ability to have a Magsafe charger. In the past, we had to use one of these little slots here to charge while we had the other for a mouse or a keyboard or whatever you were using it for, right? But with the Magsafe coming back now, you can use these guys for anything you want, which is pretty cool. Scrolling down a little more, there's the prices for the MacBooks, right? Now, we will get to this in a second, but I want to talk about quickly this. Buy now, pay later. Apple will now lend you money to keep you spending and expand its empire. So basically, Apple's becoming a bank now. They're kind of lending you money. People will fall into the debt trap. It is what it is, but there you go. That's something to think about, something to talk about. Now, going to this is a quick little 1 minute, possibly 2 minute thing I want to show you guys regarding the M1 performance. Let's just watch it right now.
We're excited to start the next generation of Apple Silicon for the Mac.
Can you hear it? Hopefully you can.
Introducing M2.
M2 is built using an enhanced second-generation 5nm technology and features over 20 billion transistors. That's 25%.
Just ignore
that. So for M2, we've enabled up to 24 GB of unified memory to handle even larger and more complex workloads. M2 features our next-generation CPU with advancements in both the performance and efficiency cores. The performance cores are faster and feature a larger cache, and the efficiency cores have been significantly enhanced for even greater performance gains.
That's really cool.
M2 also features our next-generation GPU, which now has up to 10 cores. That's 2 more than M1.
Awesome.
It also has our next-generation media engine, including a higher bandwidth video decoder that supports 8K H.264 and HEVC video. And M2 features our powerful ProRes video engine for hardware-accelerated encode and decode. So systems with M2 will be able to play back multiple streams of 4K and 8K video. So that's
awesome.
M2. It starts our next generation of M-series chips with an 18% faster CPU,
that's amazing,
35% faster GPU, 40% faster neural engine, and
wow,
50% more memory bandwidth.
M2 is coming.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Apple Silicon is obviously crazy good at this point in time, but the only problem is, right, in the past when you wanted to buy a laptop, in the past you had the option to basically upgrade your laptops. Well, RAM, I'm pretty sure, right? Is that RAM? Memory. It's been a while since I've gotten into the tech world. I'm trying to redo my mind, right? I don't want to be left behind, but if I be left behind, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to teach myself. Anyway, memory, right? You could basically expand the memory with older laptops and put a new faster 16, 32 gigabyte memory situation in there. Well, you can't really do that with these laptops, So you win some, you lose some, but I think the majority is you're winning in this situation. I think you're basically getting a laptop outright from the day you bought it, from a really fast situation, spec wise. So that's kind of cool, right? Okay, so now just a quick little read about the software updates regarding the iPhone, for example. So let's just scroll down this and see what we can find, right? The lock screen. Well, this is something that I really wanted to talk about very quickly. Lock screen has been a staple. How would I say it? Lock screen hasn't really changed much since its first. Well, since it was, I can't remember how many generations ago it was, but the lock screen did change at one point, and basically we have the lock screen to what we have now, and that stayed for many generations of OS change, right, of the operating system. But now, after all these years of changing different operating systems, they've actually now really tried to do something different with the home screen. So you can basically customize your home screen any way you want, and you can actually have the look at this, right? You can actually have the numbers behind the person's head. They somehow are able to know. Well, look at the mountain. They are somehow able to know where the picture is and how to do it behind the picture. Do you know what I mean? That's actually really, really cool that they're able to do that. And look at this woman's head right here. So 941. it looks like it's coming from behind the woman's head. Wow. I mean, that's awesome, right? And of course, you may have heard that they're now doing the pop-ups on the home screen from down below, so you can see your person's face, or of course the mountains. Is it Half Dome? Looks like it's Half Dome from Yosemite. I've been there. It's a cool location, but that's something I really wanted to talk about. Scrolling down a little more. Focus. Filter out distracting content in your apps, everyday apps. Where's that thing I really wanted to show you? Hang on. Okay, this is it. So basically editing a message once it's already been sent. iPhone to iPhone, obviously you have to have the blue bubble, okay? If you send an iPhone message to an Android or whatever, I mean, it's going to be green their end and you can't do anything. Let's just say, I love you, boss. You're the most sexiest boss alive, and you were drunk that night and you didn't mean to say it. Well, if your boss has an iPhone, within the 15-minute mark, mind you, within 15 minutes, you're able to change, edit, or completely delete what you've sent. So that's kind of awesome in a way. I don't really have too many accidents like that. I'm basically mostly conscious when I when I send a message these days, at least. But there you go. If you're if you've got that issue, well, now you can fix it right after the fact. There's something else I really wanted to show you guys. Okay, this. So let's say, for example, and I don't know why, but this isn't showing the full thing. But you've got this picture of a dog on a beach, right? You can tap on this dog and the iPhone knows that you want this dog. Like, you don't have to highlight around the dog yourself. You don't have to. The iPhone knows that this is a picture that you are interested in, just the dog. You're then able to drag this dog, or basically copy this dog and paste it into your phone messages. And now that little picture of the dog, nothing else, that little picture of the dog is now able to, you can now send that people. How do I say that? You can now send that picture of that dog to anyone on your phone list, and it's basically a little emoji. Just that picture. Wow. I mean, when I first saw this, I was honestly shocked. I was like, wow, that's actually really, really clever. I wish they'd show you the actual thing, because I saw it before on the video, but yeah, basically the dog is getting sent to a message, and I think that's just really, really awesome. So I'm really liking where they're going with the new software updates, and of course, you know, the new hardware updates with the laptop. But when the new Apple iPads come out, I'm going to be interested about that, because I recently bought a Apple iPad Mini. This generation, the A15 chip generation. I absolutely love it, and I will be making another video about this laptop and the reason why I bought this laptop and not the iPad Air or the Pro. I will be making a video about that, but I will be very interested to see what happens with the new iPad Pro this year, because it's about a year and a half later since the last generation M1 chip iPads. So when when the new iPads come out, probably, yeah, they will be doing the M2 for these iPads as well. I mean, like, wow, awesome. But one thing though, they obviously need to start utilizing the power that's in these iPads. Otherwise, I mean, you've just basically got a fancy paperweight in a way. I mean, I really want to be able to take these iPads to the next generation and use them as a proper laptop replacement. Waiting for Apple to do that. But there was this thing as well they talked about, which was CarPlay. So if you guys have got a fancy looking car with a big screen in it, you can basically with just with your phone, right? Your phone can send CarPlay straight to your car, and you can control your car's audio, entertainment, air conditioning system, maps, GPS, all within your CarPlay situation. So that's really, really awesome. Now there's obviously, you know, we're all obviously waiting now. When is Apple going to be building their first goddamn car? That's what we all want to know. Is it going to happen? Don't know. They're certainly doing the software side of it, but will they ever do an actual physical car? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But that's just been a quick little video regarding Apple's new stuff, right? Basically, an hour and 48-minute video squished down into 19 minutes. I hope you guys like the video. We're on channel 2 and of course channel 1 where we do travel films all around the world. Go check us out on both of them. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, @TallBoyGareth. Like and subscribe. It happened again. There we go. I love you guys and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I've been told my name's Gareth. GG. Bye-bye.